Good morning to you, and welcome back to today's JRPG Weekly Update. Guys, it's been a bit of a crazy week, but I still managed to put out a video today talking about Sky Oceans. I was actually a little bit stressed about being able to make that work out, but it did. And honestly, as far as the game goes, so far so good. I'm feeling really good about it. I've got my full review video thoughts, I guess, over here if you want to check it out. But real quick before we dive into the news, I also wanted to mention that this year I'll actually be attending the first convention that I've ever attended in the last 5 years. So I'm finally going to be making an appearance at Too Many Games in Pennsylvania on June 28th through the 30th. I'm not doing anything special for it, no panels or anything. I'm just gonna go there and enjoy it and get reconnected with the gaming community. I'm really looking forward to it. But if you spot me, feel free to stop me and say hey, and be kind of cool. But this week, guys, we have a lot to go through. As you may have heard, a lot of today's news is gonna center around this little event from Nintendo that has dominated JRPG headlines ever since. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. But we also have some non-Nintendo news to talk about towards the end of it, so stick around for that too if you've already heard everything. So let's go ahead and start with the big one. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake has been confirmed to still be alive. We got a new trailer and everything from Square Enix at the new Nintendo Direct, and yeah, that's awesome. And I think it looks really great so far. And this also came with a confirmation of another rumor of sorts, sort of confirmed, the inclusion of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D. However, it's a little less accurate. It's more so that they are being made, but they're being done separately. So while we got a release date for Dragon Quest III HD 2D for November 14th of this year, we'll still have to wait and find out when in 2025 Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D we'll have to find out when in 2025 that's coming out. But yeah, I'm still very excited and cannot wait to see what the game really looks like when we get our hands on it. It looks like it has evolved somewhat, just a little bit, since we saw the first trailer. And I wonder if the differences in the footage are because of an iterations changes. I mean, a lot has probably changed, or was the original just cinematic, a proof of concept? It's hard to say, but either way, right now it's looking really nice. Next up, I wanted to talk about the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. It's a neat looking game. It looks kind of tuney. It looks like a isekai strategy RPG, but I don't really know much about it. All we really know is what we saw in the trailer, and that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting from it. In this, you must protect and defend your school for 100 days from onslaughts of demons and stuff. It's made from the same creator as Danganronpa, Kazutaka Kadaka. And the game is slated for early 2025, whatever that means. And I'm also really excited about this other piece of news because finally, y'all are gonna get to experience Fantasian if you've been sleeping on it, and you probably have, because previously this was an Apple Arcade exclusive some years ago, but that was put out by Mistwalker Games, which is the company that is founded by Hironobu Sakaguchi. The people who made Lost Odyssey, for instance. It's finally coming to actual consoles where his fans really live. And while I had a chance to play it and review it, if you want to check it out, I have a video. It's fantastic. It's kind of this little medieval style fantasy world and kind of an alternate universe. It has this very interesting blend of like realism and surrealism. It has these static backgrounds that feel like they're pre-rendered backgrounds, but they're not. They're actually miniature dioramas. So if you've got a yearning for like that old school PlayStation 1 RPG experience, I think you're gonna feel right at home in Fantasian, and this one cannot come out soon enough. Go check it out, guys. And now this is one that I really just did not see coming at all. I thought it would never happen because Alpha Dream went bankrupt in 2019, but we got a new Mario and Luigi RPG heading our way. It's called Mario and Luigi Brothership. And we don't really know who's making it. It certainly isn't Alpha Dream, but somebody is. It appears to be an RPG featuring Mario and his brother Luigi that also seems to feature platforming, which is kind of interesting, and timed button presses as per, tradition dictates. It's coming out really soon, in fact, on July 11th of 2024. Man, isn't that wild? And then, to top things off, we got Romancing Saga 2, a Super Nintendo RPG that we never got here in the West. Well, now we're getting it on Nintendo Switch, fully remade from the ground up. The thing looks phenomenal. Previously, this was a Super Famicom exclusive. The new remake, though, elevates it to a level that appears, in my opinion, to visually look, at least graphically, a little higher than Trials of Mana Remake, which, I mean, it's a testament to how beautiful this game looks. But Saga games are kinda hit and miss for some, so, you're definitely gonna want to do your due diligence before getting overly hyped for this one, because there are some aspects about this game that really detract me from it, but it might be something you'll be interested in. So just go look up more information about it and get excited. This is pretty cool. Man, what's next? Treasure of Rudras? And then next up we've got Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. I was not expecting a new Phantom Brave title in 2024, but here we are. Phantom Brave is a strategy RPG series, and in this one it looks like you'll be able to combine phantoms with objects in the playfield for some pretty unique effects, and it looks pretty cute, it looks pretty adorable, and it's coming out in 2025 sometime. We also knew about this next one, I think last time I called it Farmagia, or something like that. Well, now we know it is Farmagia. However, there is apparently a little more emphasis on the farm aspect than I had previously hoped, because this one you'll actually be raising companions as crops, apparently, that you can then use your farmed monsters to swarm your enemies. Looks pretty wild. I don't know if it's necessarily my cup of tea, but it looks neat, and maybe I should expand my horizons a little bit and give this one a look. I don't know. What do you think? Next up from Nintendo, if you loved the Fairy Tail RPG that we got a while ago, well, you're in luck because a sequel just got announced and is around the corner. I only watched a couple episodes of the anime, but I didn't really get too far into it, so maybe I should give it another go at some point. But this installment says that it's going to be covering through the Alvarez Empire arc, which means nothing to me, but that could be really exciting to you. So yeah, keep an eye out for it, because it's coming out sometime in this winter. And then there was a new Zelda game, literally, that got announced. It's a game featuring Zelda, but unfortunately it's not the Wand of Gamelon remake that we've been crying out for all these years. Instead, this one is called The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, in which case she does have a wand, but it's not Gamelon's wand. No, this one allows you to summon phantoms or echoes of enemies that you've defeated and objects that you've located, I guess. It's kind of interesting. It looks like it's going to feature a bit more kind of puzzle solving, platforming sort of stuff. Zelda doesn't have a sword in this one, and a lot of people are calling for one. And honestly, at this point, I would love to see a Zelda that takes the form of like Sheik. Sheik? How do you say that character's name? I want to see a Sheik game, you know, where Zelda has to rescue Link, but as Sheik. That would be so cool. Actually, I think it'd be sick to see like the Zelda side of Ocarina of Time. I think that would be really rad, where you play as Sheik and like have to do all these other things to meet up with Link. That would be so cool. But anyways, this one appears to be more in the style of the Link's Awakening remake that we got pretty recently. And it was so weird that I got so weirdly close to predicting another 2D Zelda game earlier when I was talking to some coworkers. Actually, I got kind of close with a lot of these. The one thing that was not present that I was hoping for is more information about a new Nintendo Switch console, but hey, they're gonna announce it sometime this fiscal year, so we'll just have to, you know, hang tight until then. But now let's talk about some of the stuff that wasn't at the Direct, because honestly, there's some cool stuff here. Starting with this one from Red Art Games, there's a game called Rear Sekai that is getting localized to the West as, it's called El Rentaros Wanderings. El Rentaros Wanderings. This is an action RPG. It's a pretty cute looking action RPG with some dating sim mechanics that just didn't show up in the Nintendo Direct. And I wonder if it might just because we don't yet have a release date or even a window apparently, but it does actually look like it could be kind of fun. A little bit maybe old school Secret of Mana-esque, where you can give the character a bunch of different kinds of weapons. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this one, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Then Bandai Namco Entertainment of America also have announced Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 will be coming to Steam right now. In fact, this classic card-based RPG duology was originally a GameCube titles, but they got the HD bundle that got brought to the Nintendo Switch, and now it's on PC everywhere. It's actually right now it's on Steam for $45, but it does not appear to be Steam Deck verified, which might be a deterrent for some. It's a little bit of a letdown for me, but hey, if you want to play it portably, you do have the Nintendo Switch available as an option, so check it out. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And somewhat unrelated, somewhat related news: Bandai Namco are also running their Steam Summer Sale right now and have a couple of Tales of games for like $5, which is pretty sick. But it also raises the question of like, why are they $50 today anyway? Like, when they're not on sale? That's just weird to me. But anyways, that's about it for me today. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.